Hi there, dear friends. This is Grace, and welcome to a tip video from me. This video came about with a couple of dilemmas that I have. First dilemma is that you know me, I am not very creative with my titles. I'm just going to say it out there, I suck at titles. My titles are very generic, they're not witty, they're not clever. That's how it is. The second dilemma that I have is I really love those stickers, the word stickers. I know that I got some from the Cedar Lane collection of pink paisley. It was gold and has a lot of really cute hand lettered fonts or words on it. And then I know Amy Tangerine does words too. So, and I can't really buy $4 packs of stickers all the time. That's one dilemma. And then the third is I am really inspired by calligraphy in the handwritten way, or handwritten words and titles. And so those are my three dilemmas, and I was thinking about how can I be able to fill in the needs that I have, or the answer the dilemmas that I have, without really spending too much money. So this is what came about with that. So first thing is the dilemma about the titles. So I am just kind of resolving to that I'm okay with not having clever titles, but I want to be able to have specific or certain words that could be very generic, in the sense that I can put it with my travel pictures or travel layouts. I could do it with my everyday, my birthday, any kind of layouts that I have, I can use it there. So I had picked 9 words that I thought would be perfect generic that I can mix with my title. So it is love, hello, family, memories together, remember, celebrate, thankful, and happy. Now I'm sure there's a lot of other words out there, but I am just feeling like I'm okay with these 9. And then there's also the word wonderful, but I actually have a die cut, a steel die cut that can cut the word wonderful, so I just skipped that altogether. So that having the generic words fit what I need right now. So that was the answer to my first dilemma. The second is that I love those stickers, but they're expensive. So I know that I have a die cut machine, a Cameo, and so I wanted to make use of that, so to fill that need that I have for titles. Now these are just paper, they're not the foam ones like the thickers, and I'm totally okay with that because I can just pop these up with some foam adhesive or my fun foam. And then the third one is I love the calligraphy effect. I know a lot of people are doing that right now, and I tried. I tried it. I watched some videos and tried it, but unfortunately I am just not patient enough to perfect the thin and thick strokes. So what I did was I went to thefont.com and then grabbed a bunch of script or calligraphy fonts there, and if you're doing it for personal use, most of them are free. So I grabbed a few, and then one night I just went on my Silhouette Studio software and then typed up these words and then played around what kind of script font or calligraphy font that I wanted it on. And I was able to cut all of these in black cardstock, and some of them are glittered. So I think this one is, the font is Better Phoenix. And I really love how it resembles handwriting. And the reason why I just picked the black one is I actually thought of doing black and white, but I thought that I know I do a lot of colors in my layouts, and so if I had a white, maybe it will kind of be washed out, but I know black is pretty bold, and so that's gonna stand out, and we want our title to stand out. So I think I'm gonna stick with black. Now if later on I want to do some whites, I had saved up all of my files for all of this, so I can just print it off of white. So just black cardstock is what I used, and look how pretty that is. So I love it. The one thing though, and then this font is Black Larch. I love the fat fonts on there. That's really cool. And then now this one, I'm so happy with this particular one. I can't really remember what font that is. Starts with Y. And if I remember, I'll make sure to link it up in the description below. But I had cut it out with some glitter paper from Die Cuts with a View, and look how pretty that is. And of course I made it huge because I do a lot of 12 by 12 and also 12 by 24 pages. And so I wanted my title to be big enough to fit the parameters that I always scrapbook with. And so I used the same words on all of the fonts. And then this one, I believe, is Master of Break, I think, is the font. Now, the one thing that I'm going to tell you about that I learned by doing all this is you have to be very careful peeling out your letters from your mat, especially if your mat is sticky, because a lot of the calligraphy fonts have thin lines and thick lines. So if you just kind of rip it up, you're going to rip up the parts where there's a lot thin lines. So like right here, it doesn't really show much, but and maybe not this one too, but I have some fonts that are super thin. So this is the black version of that specific font. I love, 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 love this. And I just made it big, like I said, because to fit the canvas that I usually use it. But look at how pretty that is. I love it. And it only cost me the price of the cardstock, which is actually, I didn't spend any money because I already had cardstock. But oh, you might be wondering why I have a Cricut mat. So I do have the Silhouette Cameo mat that came with my Cameo, but I was doing some research when I was getting ready to buy some more mat, and you know, mats for Cameo are like, I think $17 or something like that. And then the Cricut mats are only like, I want to say $8 or $10 for a pack of 2. And I did a little Google search, and they said that the Cricut mats can go on the Cameo. You just have to trim it because the mat, the outside of the mat is wider than the entryway for your Cameo. Does that make sense? Anyways, so I just cut it and saves me some money. So this particular one, this is one of the ones that are kind of hard to peel out, especially with the Cricut mat because it's fairly new. I think this is the Bromello font, but I love it. I mean, you see the thin and the thick lines. I mean, and then you see all that script. It's super pretty. Now this one, I think it's also Master of Break. This one right here. And then this other one. So I'm hoping that I'm set as far as words for my title. I mean, of course I'm going to add some other things to make my title, like say if it was a travel type of layout, I'm going to say, you know, maybe remember San Francisco or something like that, or memories of Lake Isabel or something like that. So I'm still going to add letter stickers to this, but it's great to have this on hand. Now this particular font is called Shorelines, and I love that they're wide, and there's a lot of like long lines on each one. So, and another thing that I found out, because this is very thin, it curls up on, you know, when you peel it, it curls. So what I did was I put them, now the plastic of the mat is actually in between my letters and my mat. So this is not stuck to my mat. It's just on the top of the plastic that covers the mat. Just want to let you know. So I just put this on there, and then I actually stacked them, all 4 of my mats, and then put a heavy album on top of it, so it will just flatten. So that's my tip for today. I hope that you enjoy this, and I hope you'll give it a try. I'm excited to make a lot of layouts in the near future using a lot of these calligraphy fonts. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section below. If you like these kinds of videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you when I see you. Bye guys.